Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're back on GTA 5 online, and today, well in fact yesterday, we received the Grotti Itali GTO, which is here at $1.965 million. That at first seems quite expensive, and to be honest, yes, it is very expensive. 1.9 million is a lot, but it's not as much as the Ocelot XA21 and a couple other cars in that league, like the RE7B, the Tyrus, and that sort of thing. But it's still quite a lot of money. One thing I'm a bit confused on is the fact they've called it an Itali. We've already got an Itali in this game, which is a Progan, but it's called the Progan Itali GTB, where this is the Grotti Itali GTO. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know why they've decided to rename a car from a different company, the same name as they've already got before, but then they have done that in the past with the Dundreary Virgo Classic, and then it's the Albany Virgo. I think they've got two cars called the Virgo, so, and they've probably just done that again. But there we go. So let's just I bought it already. I've already got it in my garage. So let's go and have a look at it over here. Here it is. Now in real life, this is based off of the Ferrari 812 Superfast, with some inspirations from the F12 TDF by the looks of things. Just sort of a long bonnet. Does look like an F12 TDF to me from the front, definitely. But it sort of does have esque of an 812. But when you look at the back and along the window sort of slope at the back, where the roof joins the back, you see that's definitely sort of 812 Superfast esque. Especially those lights. Look at them. They're definitely 812 Superfast. So if we can put them middle exhausts to the side and put 4 of them on there, I'll be very happy. From the outside wise, that is a really good looking car. Rockstar seem to be going on for this tyre writing style at the moment. I don't know what that is. The past few cars they've added have got like tyre writing on it, which is quite unusual. Normally they would have that as customization, but there we go. Right, let's go and jump in. See what it sounds like. Okay, that's a promising start. Yeah, so you've got a nice. I like the badge on the steering wheel. It's actually got the Itali GTO. I like that a lot. Annoyingly, it's a bit of a rehashed interior, and I think that centre console's definitely different. I like that centre console, but the steering wheel and the general air vents and the seats have all been rehashed before. But then again, as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm not expecting there to be drastic improvements to the quality of the DLCs, as now Red Dead Redemption 2 is out, and people will be playing that instead of this. Anyway, enough of that jibber jabber. Let's go and have a look at what this car can do. So front bumper wise, we've got the flared splitter. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to quickly scroll through, just to have a quick look at what we've got. I'm going to leave it as it is, but there is decent customization for the bumpers. I do. You try and make it like a race car. That's quite a good looking front bumper. Rear bumper wise, we've got a primary diffuser, secondary, blah blah blah. We know what we're talking about. I don't know. No, I think I'll leave it like that. But again, this is a good. Oh, I love that engine bay. I love that engine bay. Look at that. That is brilliant.
Making decisions is stressful.
You have a carbon model or red one. I'm keeping it red. Look at that. That is brilliant. I'm gonna have to take a look at that in closer detail. Let's give it a bit of rev. Let's see. We've got a square exhaust, more rounded. So we can't put the exhaust on the side, unfortunately. But I don't like that burnt colour, so I think what we do is stop that noise.
You desire.
And it's between these two, to be honest. Ooh, probably them.
Just don't run that thing in here.
He literally just denied her. Don't run that thing in here, and just revs it up. So we've got some bonnet catches, and we've got the bonnets. Ooh, we've got quite a few bonnet options. Let's just scroll down. We've got some rather wild looking ones. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. You can see awesome engine bay. Again, the 812 Superfast does have this kind of grille on the bonnet.
If you can make it, I can do it.
I kind of like that as well on the 812. Just trying to think of what sort of bonnet would be more suitable. I'm just going to quickly enlarge the pictures briefly so I can have a look. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that in real life. Yeah, I think I'll keep this one here.
Not a bad job.
Scroll down to liveries. So we got classic race stripe, 2019. Look at that. They got 2019 on there. It's not 2019 just yet. Then we got what, 7 days, 6 days left until New Year. So it's less than that now. I suppose it's 5 days until New Year. Anyway, got some awesome looking liveries. You can really turn this into a race car, and there's some awesome liveries going on there. Of course, I'm going to keep mine standard, as I like to base mine off of the original, as you know. So we've got stock mirrors, which are in carbon fibre. Then we've got the primary, secondary, and alternative carbon mirrors. And I'm just have it in like that, I think. Actually, in real life, to be honest, it does actually have carbon fibre, so I'm keeping carbon fibre. I do quite like it painted though. Right, so let's go and have a look at the colours. Red is quite a typical colour for one of these. I don't know, is that it's an F12 with an 812 rear. The roof line and the that's a horrible colour. Why are we looking at this colour? The roof line and the lights are definitely 812, but when you scroll around the front, that is really F12 TDF in my opinion.
Or something?
Pretty cool though. So we've got secondary colour. I'm going to keep it red to be honest, but the secondary colour we can change here, which changes below there. We've got a stripe up there, so we just stick it in black, we'll be able to see. I've just missed it. Oh well, doesn't matter. Trim colour, I'm not sure. I might go brown this time. Might go brown. I've been going cream a lot. I might go brown this time. But what sort of brown though? Should I go for? What should I go for? We've got bleach brown, which is pretty much cream. But we've got sienna brown, which I do like the sienna brown. We have also got moss brown. Is it? Nah, moss brown's horrible. We've got this one though, saddle brown. I quite like the saddle brown. Oh, I do like the sienna brown. I'll go for that.
Match the driver.
Roof. We've got quite a few roof options. We've got primary, carbon. It's got some vents. Yeah, it's got some vents going on there, which I think it's flush in real life, so I'll keep it as it is. We've got skirts down here, which I quite like as it is, so I'm not going to worry about that. But we do have a few different options here with Grotti on it, which looks awesome. Spoiler, we've got a discreet spoiler, which is rather discreet. Carbon wing, we're going to scroll down here. I'm not going to have a wing on mine, but we'll just have a quick look through. Got some nice style of wings, got some different ones going on here. I do quite like it without a wing. Suspension, blah blah blah. Wheels, right, I don't like tyre writing so much, so let's just try and see if we can get rid of that. And what sort of wheels should I go for? I do really like GTO wheels, they're one of my favourite wheels in the game. You know what, I'm going for that.
All grown up.
Sticking them in black. Oh yes, look at that, I love that. There's one diss I do have at the moment, is looking at that wheel arch. The wheel at the front, I don't know whether you can see that, but you can see the front wheel is very tucked into the wheel arch. I'm not so sure about that. But it looks alright though, look at that. It's a definite menacing looking car. Anyway, let's exit to ground and give it a drive. Now I have heard from Joshua Fernandez off of Twitter, hello bro, you informed me that this is actually a Pariah killer, the Ocelot Pariah. It's quite a hard car to handle, but it's very very quick. So hopefully that is the case. Well, hopefully it's not so hard to handle, but... Whoa, yeah, that is raining as well, which is not helping. Oh, I like that backfire noise. It's a bit unfair really because it is raining, so... There we go. Finally got some grip back. This is hard to drive in the rain. I think we need to put this to the test. Woo! We got out of that well. But yeah, that was quite hairy. So far, I'm liking this car. Now, the only thing I am sort of a bit iffy on is the fact that it's got those central exhausts. I'm not so fond of them. It would have been quite nice to have the exhaust sort of underneath the lights. Damn, this car is hard to drive. It doesn't like the wet at all. Whoa. It understeers and oversteers. Whoa, and does not like bumps. Let's give it a nice beating up this road. It's got very twitchy handling. But it does feel pretty fast. Let's have a look at the speedometer. Yeah, that is pretty quick. Whoa! Yeah. We had a bit of a gear launch there. It was like revving at the rev limiter, and it was launching the car pretty fast then. I just driving, just driving the car around, just generally around, quickly around the track. And of course, this is standard. I like to keep my car standard because it just costs so much money to tune things up all the time. And I'm not actually earning money in this game anymore, so it's hard to. I've got to try and maintain my funds. And rolling my car like that's not really helping, but. We get to see its glorious engine bay though. We've got to have a look at this. I know it's raining, but let's just have a quick look at this thing. Just look at that. I love it. I think it's brilliant. That is pure 812 superfast. Look at that. The Itali GTO on it. That is really, really cool. I love that a lot. Now I think I may need to put those grills back on because it has got those intakes there. Which I'm not entirely sure what these intakes are particularly doing. But they're there, and that's where they were in the bonnet before I changed it. Right, what I think we should do is we go to my track, which should be on here, not there. Play jobs, my jobs. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Stunt races, and it's there. So let's go and see what this car is like on the track. And I think I'm not quite sure if I can change the weather when it comes to my circuits, which is such a pain that it's raining. This is why it's probably a good thing if I transferred doing these sort of new car DLC videos onto my PC, that I can control the weather and everything. The only thing I can't do with that is the fact that the physics can be slightly different in story mode to online. I don't know how or why, but it does happen. I have seen footage of the Up and Atomizer, that little ray gun we received a couple of days ago. I've been using that in story mode on PC with mods, and it doesn't seem to have the same impact as it does in online, so that's the only thing. But apparently cars are faster in story mode on PC than it is online, so I don't know. We have to put that to the test at some point. Time of day, we want it noon, but we can't change the weather. That's such a pain. But then with as I was saying, if I had PC, I'd be able to just lock it in sunshine and dry weather. But I can't, which is such a shame. Okay. I really need to change the colour of that. I don't like the yellow with the silver at all. I don't know why I did that. So here's the Itali GTB. Look, it's the 570S kind of thing. Not entirely sure what it is. It is a 570S really. Where's he gone? Gotta scroll through all these cars. I think we should put it up against the XA21. I think the XA21 has four-wheel drive, so that's be quite good on this wet surface. I do like the way the XA21 sounds and looks, though. This is a pure competitor for this Itali GTB. If only Jaguar would actually make their cars like this. Because this is based off the the Jaguar CX-75, and they are actually releasing a Jag similar to the CX-75, but it's called the J-Type. It's got a V6 and it will have a hybrid system, kind of based off of the Acura NSX, the new one, which is such a shame. It is, whoa, that's pretty good. It's cool that Jaguar are now making a mid-engine supercar since they haven't made one since the XJ220 back in 1992, but it's just not as powerful as the CX-75, and I was expecting it to be effectively a production version. Even though the CX-75 did go into production, they made the 75 one funny enough, but of course it's not available to the masses. Well, supercars aren't really available to the masses anyway, but you kind of get my gist. whoa. Bit of a four-wheel drive understeer going on there. So with a bit naff driving and a little bit of wet surface, we managed to obviously come first. 1 minute 10.83. 1 minute 10.83. Not too bad, not too bad. It was just a bit naff driving going on there, like smashed through that sign, and I went over the road a little bit, but yeah, I'm trying to get used to this game again. I haven't played this game properly for quite a while. I need to start earning some money, really. I haven't actually earned money since, what, September? And it's now late December. So, I haven't earned money for over 3 months. But I don't know how I got my 65 million that I had, which is before I bought this car. 63 million. Mostly by having a lot of time and just grinding constantly, earning about £1 million, $1 million a day. Where is my car anyway? It's not here. No way is it in sports class. It appears it's in the sports class. I didn't even look. I just assumed it was in the super class. But there we go. It's actually in the sports class. But I suppose it would make sense it's in the sports class because the Prior, the Ocelot Prior, is in the sports class. And it kind of destroys the classing system, but there we go. So the XA21 I thought was quite a good competitor, as it's it's a little bit more expensive, and it's got the same interior, so it just looks similar, I suppose. Not really, but I just thought it was a good match. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll get the Prior out when this thing actually loads up. Right, so let's go over to my jobs, online, jobs, play job, my job, stunt race, down here, track 2. Let's select the sports class, because obviously I made a mistake and I haven't played this game for so long that I completely forgot that the Prior is actually in sports class and not super class. Sports, there we go. Oh, what am I doing? Right, time of day, we want that in noon. Off we go. Right, let's go and try out this Prior. Actually, well, I gotta say that this is a very expensive sports car. That's why I assumed it was a supercar. 1.9 million. That is quite a lot. So here is the Prior. Let's give that a go first of all. So we've got a 1 minute 10.83 to beat. Now, some people are saying this car was based off of the 812 Superfast, but I think it's based off of the Aston Martin Vanquish Zagato. Now, where this car shines is with its top speed. Well, I've got to say, its handling is fantastic. That is a very smooth car to ride in this. Whoa. And we start losing grip on me now. What did I say? What did I say? Clearly it doesn't like bumps very much. But it is slower than the XA21 by quite a considerable amount. I think it near enough hit 1 minute 10 by the time I'd even got anywhere near the finish line. Or before I even spun out even, I think it was near enough at 1 minute 10 by the time I spun out. So that car handles really well, but as you did see, that it did suffer from going over a couple of bumps at once, which made it spin out. And then on the other hand, the XA21 had four-wheel drive and it was raining, so that did slow it down a tad, but even on those conditions, it was still faster. Considering that they're both in the sports class, the Pariah and this 812 Superfast, the Itali GTO. Oh no, what am I doing? There we go, alright, it's doing the right thing. I thought I pressed the wrong button then. The prices are quite ridiculous. I'm very torn on what this car actually is. It looks like an F12, but at the back is an 812 Superfast, so it's quite a hard car to say what is what. It looks very F12 to me, to be honest. Okay, this is crazy. Whoa, okay. Brakes are pretty terrible. Steering is quite good. Look at that's gripping quite well. He just doesn't seem to like these bumps very much. Whoa, yeah, doesn't like bumps. Whoa. Okay, yeah, we spun. That's not good. Acceleration is insane on this thing, but it really doesn't like bumps very much at all. It doesn't seem to have very good rear end grip either. It's good front end grip, I would say that. But it doesn't have very good rear end. It just every time you sort of come close to a corner, and it does seem to like to flip its back end down a lot, as proven. That's where the Pariah went. Oh, okay, this is twitchy. This is twitchy. Look at that. Even with it spinning out, it's still got a 1 minute 12. So that was so close to the XA21's time. And the XA21 is considerably more expensive. It's like 300-400 grand more expensive. But it decimated the Pariah. I know the Pariah spun out, and so did this. But this had a bit more of a catastrophic spin out, I thought. And it definitely was impacted by those bumps. Even on that, it still won. So I can see why it was so expensive. I can see why it's so expensive. It is a very, very quick car. It's in the middle of the price range between the Pariah and the XA21. It's in the middle. It's in the middle of the price range, in the middle of performance-wise. To be honest, I would have put that Itali GTO in the super class to sort of balance it out a little bit. I know the Pariah is in the sports class, which has completely decimated the classing system. But to try not to decimate it anymore, yeah, they put in the Itali GTO would have been a good idea. Put it in the sports rather than in the super rather than sports, as it was so close to the XA21, and I know the XA21 is quite a quick car. So yeah, interesting results there. Well, there we go. On that interesting note, my review. So I think it looks awesome. The customization is pretty decent actually. It's got some quite nice liveries. You can make it into a race car. I actually love the engine bay. I'm not so fond of like looking at engines and going, oh, that's so beautiful, but the detail of it is fantastic. I love the way it is very, 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 very close to a real Ferrari engine. If you look at a Ferrari engine, you can see the intakes and everything. It looks pretty much exactly the same. I love that. The sound, not very realistic, but the Grottis sound like that in this game, so it kind of makes sense. So, yeah, it is a really good car. I love the way you can change the interior colour as well. Whoa! But, as I was just about to say, I'm not so sure about the handling side of things. Yeah, as you can see, going over bumps and things is a task and a half. Whoa! You can just see driving around in the town is just so hard. The acceleration on this thing is unbelievable. It is really, really, really quick. The brakes, not so good. The top speed, it appears, is pretty good. As Joshua Fernandez says on Twitter, as one of my subscribers, he was mentioning saying that it is a prior killer, and as proven by my test, you can see that. You can see how the handling of this thing is just insane. But once you've mastered it, it's a dream to drive and smash into a wall. But in terms, I know I ignore the damage, but it's still such a good looking car. I'm still torn on what it is. I don't know whether it's an F12 TDF or an 812 Superfast. It looks like a complete 50-50 split in a way, or a 90-10 split, to be honest, because it's an F12 with an 812 back, really. But even on that note, it's such a good looking car. I really love those Cheetah RR wheels on it. I think it's fantastic. The interior, rehashed as always, but again, as I mentioned before, I'm not expecting there to be drastic changes in the quality of these DLCs. Although the engine bay, that was really impressive. I like that a lot. The price, on the other hand, though, 1.9 million is a lot of money. It's almost $2 million in this game, which is higher, is a supercar money. But it is a supercar performance, but it's in the sports class. So I don't know, it's quite weird the way they've sorted it out, but there we go. Look at that. I love the way it's got a Grotti on the front as well. It's not just like a badge, it's got a Grotti as a word on the bumper there. That's awesome. It's quite unique, this car. You're definitely, at the moment, you're buying uniqueness when you buy this car. You're buying uniqueness, you're buying crazy handling, you're buying top speed, and you're buying a Grotti badge. And an awesome engine bay. Again, as I mentioned before, the only things I don't really like about it is the sound. It kind of makes sense, but it doesn't sound realistic. But again, I'm not really complaining about that because, as I said before, Grottis sound like that in this game. And the handling's quite hard to tame. It's definitely a wild beast, let's say. Well, thank you very much for watching this video today. Hopefully you found it helpful and informative. I know it's 27 minutes long, which is a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but here we go. It's an in-depth review of the Itali GTO. I still don't know why they called it an Itali, but it should have been an Itali, well, Grotti should have been called an Itali from the start, not a Progan. So I don't know, it's been a bit weird. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video today, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!